Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Some few hours ago, the president of Reno Omokri had called out Rufai Oseni of Arise Television, insisting that Rufai Oseni is literally supporting Peter Obi because Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and the one whom the obedient movement have decided to pinch their full support on, that Peter Obi gave Rufai Oseni some good amount of money to bury his parent, of which Peter Obi was actually in the burial ceremony when it happened, the funeral ceremony when it happened. And Peter Obi have always been known for one thing: he does not respond to malicious statement. He does not call out persons. He tries as much as he can, though a political person, politically exposed person, he tries as much as possible to go straight to facts and figures. Don't forget that Reno Omokri has severally been looking for situations and positions to call out Peter Obi. He has said a manner of things, twisted turns, and yet Peter Obi never deemed it fit to respond because it was directed at him. But this time around, it was directed at someone who he feels deserves fair hearing, and he had decided to respond to what Reno Omokri has got to say. And this is the very first time he will do such. But before we go into the newspaper to find out what Peter Obi has got to say, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Peter Obi breaks silence on alleged bribery of Rufai Oseni, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Peter Obi has denied allegations that he bribed Rufai Oseni, a Nigerian television presenter. In a statement on social media, Obi said that the allegations are malicious and cheap blackmail. Obi said that he attended Rufai Oseni's father's burial as a guest and that he did not financially contribute to the burial. He said that he is committed to finding solutions to the challenges facing Nigeria and that he will not be distracted by evil endeavors. He wrote on one of his verified social media handles, said, Ordinarily, I do not get involved in name-calling and mudslinging. Neither do I attack people nor try to defame their personalities in the course of my political journey. I have also avoided replying to cheap, wicked, or malicious blackmail publicly or privately in the same irresponsible manner that they are thrown at me. Anyone who has followed my corporate and political life knows that I always stay on issues, with my focus on finding solutions to societal challenges and ameliorating the suffering of the people. I do, however, need to clarify a few issues, especially since a third party is involved. There is a recent case where my name has been mentioned in a malicious and cheap blackmail against one of Nigeria's best television presenters, Mr. Rufai Oseni, who has stood sternly for what is right and has challenged me fearlessly on some occasions while speaking truth to power. I have recently been mentioned to have bribed Mr. Rufai Oseni by financially sponsoring the burial of his father. Let me clearly state that this is a categorical lie. It is not true, cannot be true, and will never be true. Everyone who understands or follows my approach to things will attest to the fact that I do not give anyone money to promote my name. I have never and will never monetarily induce any journalist to speak or write in my favor. When I am invited to birthday celebrations or funerals, people know that I do attend. Countless journalists, media personnel, the less privileged, the wealthy, and so on, have all invited me to their occasions, and they will attest to the fact that I honor such invitations, especially when people are grieving. I have never been to Rufai's village. Even at the point of writing this, I do not know where he is from. One then wonders why people could decide to tarnish other people's image for no justifiable reason. To those involved in such evil endeavors, I wish them well and pray that God will have mercy on them. I still maintain that our focus in Nigeria should be on rescuing our dear nation from the many challenges plaguing it. We should focus more on lifting people out of poverty. Millions of Nigerians do not know where their next meal will come from. Well said, sir. Well said. This is the very first time the president of Peter Obi will respond to anything. And I guess the reason why he decided to respond is because, like he rightly said, a third person is involved, that Rufai Oseni. And in all honesty, I'm not taking anything away from the trio. I'm talking about Peter Obi and the person of Rufai Oseni and the person of Reno Omokri. We have seen several issues raised by Reno Omokri. Sometimes he goes out of point. Sometimes he hits below the belt. Sometimes he says things out of point. Sometimes he goes very personal. This is the same person who literally gave himself an exclusive title to be a Buhari tormentor. And he also doubles and calls himself a pastor. And he does this without even flinching. Sometimes he takes a whole race and instead to talk about a whole race and try to sometimes slander them of some sort. Sometimes even go as far as calling out people. The same Peter Obi have been dragging Peter Obi for a very long time. I'm talking about even before Peter Obi, before the election began. But Peter Obi would just behave as if that's the same guy that took time to celebrate Peter Obi when he was the vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar. I think in 2019 when they were running for the presidency as well, while Peter Obi was a vice in PDP, then he celebrated Peter Obi that he's one of the finest economists to have in the country. He did a video to that effect. It's still the same him. During 2023, when Peter Obi was no longer running alongside Atiku Abubakar, said all sorts. In all of that, he said that Peter Obi has some imports drinks and is the one spoiling the economy. Peter Obi did not do to him. He did not even behave as if human being is talking. But in all of this, Peter Obi decided to respond because of probably Oseni is involved, so that Nigerians will know where the lies are. But in all sincerity, if truly Peter Obi didn't give any money, which I believe he didn't, because Peter Obi is one person, he will tell you your question, go and verify. And if he said he didn't do it, because ever since I've been saying this, people have gone to verify and that's found out to be very true. So if he said he didn't give, sincerely speaking, he didn't give. But why would anybody stoop so low to a cheap lie? What would you gain? Rufai Oseni is one person that most politicians will tell you, if Rufai Oseni is the one anchoring this program, I'm not coming. You know why? He will look you in the eyes and he'll ask you questions that you know is the truth. The worst case you will say, you get angry and say, I'm not coming again. But he will tell you the truth, because the truth of the matter is, he has learned, the level of corruption is so much that he has learned to say the truth. If you know you are not straightforward, don't go close to Rufai Oseni, because he's going to fish you out and he's going to say the way it is and does not get. That's the truth. And stooping so low to that level, honestly, is shocking. But that's how we're going to wrap it up. What do you think about what Peter Obi has finally decided to respond to Reno Omokri's matter, and also clear the issues on this issue of bribery allegation on Oseni?